At the end of the day, though, I've never had no ill will toward Puff. Mm-hmm. The record I basically, made was like, damn, like, anybody can get caught up. If anybody got caught up in that situation, God forbid you would try to judge them, no matter if they had celebrity status or not. You know what I mean? You wouldn't want to be in that man's shoes. You know what I'm saying? So I was just basically kind of describing, what possibly he be going through at that very moment of when the feds, or before the feds locked him up, or was he on like hella drugs, or was he, what I mean, like delirious, you know what I mean, like just waiting for any day they can knock down that door and get him, you know what I mean. So yeah, it come with a lot of just a lot of understanding of how the system could do an artist or anybody, not because you're a high celebrity, but they could, if anything, this government could flatten you, real nice and easy, like a pancake if they wanted to, no matter what your status is. So
yeah. So in the beginning of the song, you sample Prodigy from Mobb Deep, and do you feel like the hip hop task force is necessary to watch over the culture of hip hop? Because that always been a topic within hip hop, with the hip hop police. Some people say it's necessary. Some people say it's not necessary.
Well, I feel like it's evident that they create these narratives so they can justify it with these kind of like programs or whatever, or like agencies, to put rappers in the feds. You got a lot of rappers that get locked up right now, like Lil Durk. They talking about Lil Baby part of some shooting he ain't even do. We already a target. You know what I mean? This is probably one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. So, I as a musician, period. You know what I mean? I feel like, when you going out perform for people, you always around a lot of people. You're in the industry of, of risk. You know what I mean? But, I feel like you gotta, move right. You know what I mean? If you move right, things won't happen. Fortunately, I don't have that kind of, I don't, I try not to promote nothing negative, or try to put myself in the line of that I gotta show the streets how tough I am by shooting a video or causing some kind of problems. That's the thing I avoid out here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I try to avoid my art getting into that kind of field, so I don't have to suffer the consequences from it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?